He's perhaps best known as couch potato Jim Royal of royal family fame, but Liverpool actor Ricky Tomlinson is nothing like his lazy alter ego. Ricky spent a lifetime battling hard for what he believes in, taking up that battle on behalf of victims of what's been described as the biggest medical tragedy of modern times has been among the hardest. This is Ricky's special report.
Thalidomide? What does it mean to me? 50 years of injustice and a national disgrace.
Unforgettable images and unforgettable tragedy. Worldwide, about 10,000 babies were born with missing or deformed limbs after their mothers took thalidomide during pregnancy. The drug was supposed to treat anxiety and morning sickness. Here in the UK, it was marketed as Distaval between April 1958 and December 1961, when it was withdrawn.
This tragedy happened 50 years ago, half a century. You might say, well, isn't it time that we put this behind us? And I say, no, it's not time to put it behind us. It's time to sort it out.
Don't they deserve a formal apology from the government to start with? After all, it distributed the drug through the National Health Service. It's never paid compensation either, despite being warned in 1957 by the World Health Organization that lack of regulation of drug companies meant there was a risk of a pharmaceutical disaster. Shouldn't the government finally accept some responsibility?
Thalidomide, what does it mean to me? It means a life sentence, it means a lifetime of stairs, it means a life of struggle.
Hello there, young Skyler. How are you, lad?
All right, Rick,
Nice to... Get the kettle on, kid.
I've known Gary Skyner for years.
Well, if I told
We
you
played the same clubs together. He's a husband, a father of 2 girls, a stand-up comic, motivational speaker and a thalidomide victim.
I'm not suggesting that the government of the day were evil. What I'm saying is that government said that they'd done sufficient tests. They said that everything was right and give my mother the confidence. You know, are you sure my morning sickness will go away? Yep. It won't damage my unborn child? No, not at all. Take that. And she did, took it, and the morning sickness went away. But she didn't realise what was going on in here.
He feels so strongly that the government should bear some responsibility. He's on a hunger protest, refusing all solid foods, living on a vitamin drink day after day after day.
I personally have been drinking water, coffee, tea, had a little bit of Oxo. I keep getting headaches, but I feel okay. I'm still getting a lot of grief from my family, and they're asking me not to do it, but I am in this for the long haul.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Gary Skyner.
Gary's a big lad, strong. He's worked on despite the hunger protest.
I've joined the gym. I've found a machine down the gym that suits me. It's filled with crunchies and Mars bars. Surprisingly, don't feel any ill effects at the moment. I'm getting a few clutches in my chest, but nothing to write home about really. Feeling tired now, and I'm getting pains in my back and in my kidneys.
Gary's not battling for himself, he's fighting for all the UK thalidomide survivors. And there's around 460 of them, many of them more badly disabled than he is.
Thalidomide, what does it mean to me? Well, it means a constant lifetime battle for justice, not just for me, but also for my parents. When I was born, the hospital advised my mother to just leave me there because, you know, he's not going to live long and he's not going to have a quality life. You may as well just leave him. And thank God she brought me home.
Kevin Donnellan has achieved much in life, but he's now had to quit his job as a disability advisor because of failing health. It'll make finances tight. His modified van cost over £40,000. His wheelchair over £8,000. Electrically opening doors and windows at his flat over £9,000.
All right, Kev.
Hi, Ricky. You all
How
right?
are you, son?
All right, mate. Yeah,
Nice to meet you. Yeah, nice.
And you, yeah. Cool. Come in.
Thank you.
Come on in. A lot of times when we're mentioned in the media, the where's like £40 million trust funds is included. And people assume that we're all sources and it was all done and dusted years ago and we're not wanting for anything. And that is a total myth. This lift is really slow.
Yes, the Thalidomide Trust pays, on average, around £18,000 a year to each of the victims,
Anyway,
with compensation money given to it by Diageo, the company that now owns the assets and liabilities of the distillers company that originally distributed the drug. Those payments will go on till 2037, but life for the victims in their later years will only get more expensive.
when we were all born, they didn't think we'd survive that long, and they certainly didn't take into account of how long we would live, and they certainly didn't think about the future, and the future is very worrying for me.
I can understand why he's frightened of the future. The man has got no legs, he's got no arms, he's got a couple of little fingers coming out of his shoulders, and yet he's achieved so much. But what he's worried about is the way his health is deteriorating. His back's going, he can't do the things that he used to be able to do, and he wants to be independent, and he's not looking for handouts, he's looking for justice.
We asked the Health Secretary, Andy Burnham, and the Health Minister, Mike O'Brien, for an interview. Both declined our offer. However, in a statement, the Health Department says,
"We have the greatest sympathy for patients and families affected by thalidomide and take their concerns very seriously. Representatives of the Thalidomide Trust are in ongoing discussions with Mike O'Brien and senior officials to further discuss their concerns. Victims continue to get compensated through the private settlement with Diageo, which will pay a total of £150 million by 2037.
I've had nothing solid, and I'm really, really sick and there, but I'm so determined. I'm not giving this up.
Gary has had many supportive emails for his protest, but one said, "You've got 3 vehicles, more compensation. Are you having a laugh?"
Come forward and I will give you willingly the 3 sets of keys for the car, providing we can find a surgeon somewhere in the world who can actually make them the way I am. Can actually give them a 9-inch left arm, a 14-inch right, take away their elbows, take away the thumbs, and take away their independence that goes with it.
Good evening, everyone. I tell you what, I'm overwhelmed at how many people have turned up. That's unbelievable. Fantastic.
On Friday, at his 50th birthday party, Gary finally ended his hunger protest.
I've decided to call it a day when it comes to denying myself food. In 40 days, to lose 2 stone is a lot of weight. Thank you very, very much indeed for coming tonight.
Tomorrow morning, the thalidomide campaigners meet ministers again to try and convince them to act.
I would like the government to say, look, OK, the drug companies are paying a certain amount of compensation every year. We will match them. We will try and make the rest of your lives, whatever years you've got left, as comfortable as possible. And the only way they can do it is by giving them the money to do that. The love of my life, and I mean the love of my life, is a 4-year-old boy, and he's my grandson. And every morning he comes to my house and we take him to school. But before he goes into the school, I put my arms around him and I hug him and I give him a little kiss and I say, "Go on, Louis, have a lovely day." Them people can't do that. They can't hug their children. They're never going to have the life I've got or the life I've had with my little grandson. We've stolen so much from them, and we could have made it easier, not just now, but 50 years ago, 40 years ago, 30 years ago, 10 years ago. We can do it today. Now is our last chance before they get too old to appreciate anything we can do for them. Come on, step up to the plate. Let's all take our responsibility in this, and let's give them what they're entitled to: dignity.